Peace, what's going on, y'all? It's your man, SoulMan IT. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I have done this video now. This will be the fourth time doing it. And I'm hoping I can keep things moving along while talking and not get so long-winded. Yeah, right. And so my phone's battery doesn't die. Because on the third take, I thought I had a pretty good take. I shot it about 3 hours ago, and the first two videos it takes, I had the window open, and just to get some airflow going through the house, and the air is feeling kind of cool, and the house is a little warm, so I wanted that little, whatever this is, you know what I mean, for the airflow, and feeling good. This means feeling good. But anyway, I wanted that, and there's just so much traffic going by, and I was just gonna be like, this is gonna be a pain to edit audio wise. So then I had a lot of that, the bus going by. So then I closed the window, and then third video, we're moving, we're rolling, it's getting good. I'm saying some really emotional, sentimental things, some real passionate things, and then your phone never tells you when it cuts off. Actually, let me check right quick. Okay, it's still recording, obviously, if you're watching this now. But word, this is a kind of a continuation video of my reseller video, which, by the way, thank y'all for showing me love on that. I did not expect it to be doing as well as it's been doing. We're close to 1,000 views on it, so thank y'all for watching it. Got some nice likes on there, but more so the comments. You guys have been very encouraging. And you don't even know me from a hole in the wall. Side note, that expression is kind of weird. Just FYI, I don't even know where it came from. Y'all don't know me y'all don't know me like that. The ones who did comment, are mostly those who commented. So thank you for being encouraging in terms of, basically just not giving up on reselling. As you can see behind me here, I got some new stuff. Not just like stuff in terms of this, but like we got a new shelf. There's also another shelf right behind y'all. You can't see it because you're not actually here. So yeah, I went and bought some new shelves for my own little reseller space here in my kitchen. I recently just saw Phoenix Resale. He just redid his downstairs basement. It's kind of what led to the inspiration for me doing that here. And his logic was sound. Like when you got a whole bunch of inventory and packaging stuff and just all of that in your workspace or one of your workspaces, it can get a bit chaotic and make you feel like overwhelmed and whatnot. So I kind of wanted to do something about that, right? So yeah, what we got here is just things I'm going to be reselling. I got some books. Been going to East Liberty and Lawrenceville Goodwill, right? So I've been getting a whole bunch of different books. Right here we got some Arthur C. Clarke, basically analog science fiction, science fact series here on paperback. Got a nice condition Michael Jordan book, Teen Titans, New Teen Titans, BC, Back to BC, and Hey BC, 2 books by Johnny Hart. Don't know if I'll actually resell these. I just wanted these because the old, I'm from Binghamton, New York originally, in case y'all didn't know. The old buses that we had, they had art by Johnny Hart on them. So I was just like, this is real cool. This reminds me of home. And I got these when I got this, the new Teen Titans book. So might keep those in the collection. Found these at the Goodwill. I could not pass these up. I think these are repros, like modern repros. I don't think these are from like the actual from back in the day. But essentially before we had, the handheld Game Boy that we had and Game Gear, Nintendo Switch and all that, we had games like these here. You put batteries inside of them and you were able to play these, right? Oh snap. That is so cool. Yeah, a lot of cool things that I'm gonna be selling. Got some new games here, some Nintendo DS games, And since today is waiting for the truck to go by. Okay, time out. We're just going to close this window because traffic is trafficking right now, and there's like 3 trucks lined up to pass by here, and I don't want to have to keep. I just wanted there to be like a cool, feel-good vibe and all that, you know. You can hear it in the background, but I guarantee you it sounds way worse with the window open. So I do apologize for the beginning part of this here. But moving right along. Today is October 1st, 2024, and it marks the first day of the last quarter of the year, right? Around this time, everyone's getting ready for the holidays. And fall to winter have always been special months for me and my family. And coming from Binghamton, New York, upstate New York, just when the trees start to change different colors and just real beautiful colors, and everything smells different. You smell the changing of the season, you know, going from summer to fall, and just what that smells like. Then just, you know, the memories you have when you was younger, you weren't at school, now you going to school, about to see all your friends and catch up on different things. If you didn't get to see them over the summer, everybody was on vacation if they were. Usually we did our family vacations, my mother, my pops, and myself. We would, once a year, we basically went somewhere, and we would end up going to Massachusetts to see my mom's side of the family. And after a while, we ended up, we tried to do both trips of going there and then going to the Adirondacks, and then it just became going to the Adirondacks in the summer, which was also pretty dope. Needless to say, this time of year is very, very sentimental, right? Plus, you get pumpkin spice coffee and things like this right here is Colombian coffee mixed with pumpkin spice, mixed with some caramel creamer. Just awesomeness in my Pokemon cup. No. One of my subscribers is going to take that and turn it into a meme, I'm pretty sure. Harold, I'm looking at you. But no, to the topic at hand, or the topic of this video. What is it like working from home? AKA, what has my career journey been like? In short, and I want to try to keep it somewhat short, and then we can expound upon it. Expand? We can go into depth. We can go in depth. We can talk more at length later on in other videos about certain parts of this career journey. But essentially there's pre-2013 for me, then 2013 to 2018, and then 2018 to now, right? So from pre-2013, which is basically 2013 in the summer, July 17th, is when I moved back out here to Pittsburgh, right? So everything before then was leading up to that big move, that round 2, chapter 2, if you will, right, of my career journey. Currently, I work as a teaching artist and am the lead teaching artist and the maestro of one of the maestros of hip hop orchestra here in Pittsburgh. Outside of that, as of last month, I now am an official LLC. Let's go. Finally made my business official, Fresh Air Flavor. That is the business, that my father and I built that goes all the way back to 2009. There was one iteration of it before, along with my other business that I had made, Ground Flow Communications. And basically all of what I was trying to do at that time, all the way up until now, has been folded into one brand, one unique vision, right? That just has different layers of what it is I do. Because I'm a multimedia operator. I went to school for broadcasting, as well as engineering and music production. And now I have a way to take all these different things that I did prior to 2013 and put them into a place, as well as the things that I did from 2013 to 2018. So it's not like I stopped being a multimedia operator, but there definitely is more of a realized direction in which I've been going, right? back in 2013, I was back home in Binghamton. I had moved out here to Pittsburgh one other time from 2008 to 2010. I was supposed to go to school at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh at that time, but they wanted $250,000 in loans for a bachelor's in arts for graphic design, and it's just like the joke I always make is like I could work for the CIA, like doing whatever, like covert graphic design if a job exists like that, and I still wouldn't make enough money to pay back loans, right? Needless to say, I ended up moving out here and I fell in love with the city, with Pittsburgh. It's just the overall vibe, how things looked, the opportunities out here. It was just different. It was new. I had never experienced anything like it before. As a small town kid from Binghamton, New York, I don't even think our town city had hit 100,000 in terms of population. Maybe it did. I just don't remember it being that big. Currently, checking the census, we got about 50,000 folks there now. So it's not like there's nobody there, but it's not there wasn't as many employers if you wanted to be outside of the bubble of things, and like as far as work and things like that go. And I just needed something different, and so I came out this way here around that time. But then I moved back home. In all honesty, I wasn't ready for living on my own so far away from home. There was still a lot of things I had to grow into. So yeah, I worked like a bunch of different blue collar jobs. I was a assistant manager at a gas station, assistant manager at a hotel, worked in the grocery business for a number of years. One of my first jobs was working at Hollywood Video. My first job was working in a coffee shop, Tom's Coffee Shop and Gifts. Shout out to them. So yeah, doing a bunch of different jobs, learning business overall. Like I'm grateful and thankful, right? Especially at 37 now, looking back at all the different jobs that I've done. Very grateful for the experience and the knowledge and the realities of all those different businesses. They're different businesses. They go through different struggles. Inherently all business wants to make money, turn over a profit, expand, grow, hire folks, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, doing all those different types of jobs is definitely a blessing in disguise that I learned later on in life that they were blessings in disguises. So coming out here during the summer of 2013, that was the catalyst. That was the turning point in starting chapter 2 from 2013 to 2018. And during that 5-year run, that just coming out here doing activism, being a teaching artist, beginning working with the orchestra, traveling to different places and seeing how their communities worked and what were they doing to change their communities, especially on the education level. The education system has been going through, it's been a bunch of different transitions, and especially in a post-COVID environment, you're seeing the old infrastructure of how to teach is like crumbling away. And in some places, you're seeing schools close and shut down altogether. Out here, there was an article that came out recently this year, not too long ago actually, there's 16 schools that are going to be closing here in Pittsburgh, and 2 trade schools will be opening up essentially in their place. So, if you're a teacher, it's not looking too promising for you. It's very uncertain, and we weren't getting paid that much before. And I'm more of like a specialized teacher that doesn't work in the traditional sense within the school system. So there's some flexibility and some breathing room that you have, but still, you're still a teacher at the end of the day. And you don't have overhead, or what's the word I'm looking for? You don't have job protection, I'll say, job security in the same way that other jobs and careers have. Being in this space too, especially from 2013 to 2018, was really, really trying. Towards the end of that 5-year path, my pops had died in 2017, and the same year my mom the end of 2016 going into 2017, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And, it was just even where we were at in the world at that time, and as a nation here in the U.S., it was just a lot. A lot. And I was, I've always been my man D.S. Kinsley, he had called me a long time ago the multimedia Swiss Army knife, right? Because he ain't seen all the different hats that I wear. Like, I'll be the guy that has the camera and is taking the pictures, and then I'm doing the graphic design and the video editing and web designing and recording music and then producing and then teaching over here and then performing over there. And it's a lot. And I've never, in all the different jobs that I've done, I've never had backup for me. I've had to watch other folks have someone who can back them up. Like, if they call off sick, someone can come in and fill their spot, right? But for what I do, I've never had that. And so that just led to just crazy burnout, for real. And it started a bunch of depression that I had to learn to get over. And I didn't really get over it until this year, actually, 2024. And I've had my bouts with depression. My third studio album, that I made, 1111 The Get Right, Vol.1. I talk about where my depression has led me on that album. If y'all want to take a look at it, or let's take a listen to it, you can follow the link down below. But yeah, from 2013 to 2018, I was working from home mainly, and especially after my pops had passed, just all these different uncertain things, and just being burnt out and all of that. I needed to change, definitely. I needed consistent pay. See, that's the one thing that folks don't really mention, or I see them mention when it comes to working from home, is, unless you have a system in place that you've been working over and over again, your pay is not steady and stable just yet, right? You're hustling, really. Like, no different than, the stuff here now. Like, you're buying stuff over here and then flipping it to make a profit. You're doing it off of more than one thing, right? And then when you're doing it like that, like, you have to literally build the consistency in, right? Versus if you have a product and one service that you have, you at least have some consistency there, at least in terms of what you can do for others. Working in media, sorry to say it, but like, a lot of what I do gets looked at as like an electronic janitor, right? If you're a engineer, if you're a photographer, if you're a videographer, if you're a web designer, if you're a web developer, if you're a coder, if you work with this in this day and age, there's not too many folks who are skilled and proficient with working on these things, right? And I've been working with computers damn near all my life. So I'm not intimidated by being behind these things. You have some folks who are intimidated by it, and I empathize with you. But anyway, I'm getting off topic, getting off track. Where a lot of this stuff started coming together was 2018 to now, 2024. And really, post-COVID. The beginning was in 2018. I had to get more consistent work, so I started working in a bakery at the top of the year, right? And that was a real breather to a degree for the time that I was there, because you're going from working at home, doing all of this, and you get paid one time at the end of the month in an invoice, right? Versus you put in work, you clock in somewhere, and you get paid every week or every 2 weeks. Like, you can plan things way better with when money is coming in that consistent, right? And you're able, and the older that you get, the better you are with understanding, I need to save. And I can't just be splurging and spending and like, right? So that was a great thing. And then also being reminded, like, when you work out in the workforce like everybody else does, there's a hunger that you have. And if you already have ambition, like, I'm not going to be here forever. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to put these hours in. I'm going to save this money, right? And I'm going to buy my ticket out of here, right? When you come from that, man, Can't nobody stop you. I don't care what nobody say. Can't nobody stop you, right? Because you have an ambition, you have a will to succeed that I don't really see too much of that anymore, right? And it's not even just like a generational thing, like, because a lot of times it'll try to get put on Gen Zers, but like I know some boomers, and I know me as a, I guess, I don't even know what you would call me, a millennial boomer, right? 37, whatever. Like, there's mad different folks who just don't want to work and have always been that way, right? Like, I get it if you like 70, 80, and you've been working all your life and you tired and stuff, like, I get that. I'm empathetic, I'm compassionate to that. You sure? Yeah. Like, but I know some 70, 80-year-olds that out hustle everybody else, right? Because they're like, if I don't got something I'm working towards, why am I here, right? Like, working can give you a purpose, and if you're a purposeful person, man, just having a purpose, especially when if you've ever felt like, I don't want to be here on this planet, having a purpose, man, keep you here, right? Like, and then if you're working, for your family, not working in a family business, but like for me, I'm trying to make this stuff work so my mom with cancer don't have to worry about nothing. I'm not saying she got to worry about stuff now, but to a degree, on some level, there's stuff she got to worry about. So my lady ain't got to worry about stuff. So her kids ain't got to worry about stuff. Like, I'm busting ass, one good leg now, carpal tunnel ass arms. Like, we doing what we got to do, right? That's one of the things I miss about my pops, man. Like, he just had, and I ain't met too many folks like him ever. And I ain't met nobody like him at all since he passed, right? But I ain't met folks that just got that drive, that hustle. Like, the closest is like my brother Abdul Hakim, right? But like, this cats that just go out there and get it, or you gonna die trying. Like, not like 50 Cent, get rich or die trying, but to be successful or die trying. So yeah, my bad, I got passionate, just top of the year working in a bakery, help put that fire back in you, right? Because you around other folks that this person doing this job, this person doing this job, this person doing this job, and when everybody's doing their job in a cohort, you come together strong, right? You can do anything. Needless to say, that bakery was racist and sexist and misogynistic and a whole bunch of toxic as hell. So I had to get out of there. I had to get out of there. I made my stand and said, like, yo, I confronted the managers and the owners and the new owners, and I thought everybody was behind me, right? But, they basically flaked out and said, nah, we'll take the toxicity. And it was just like, that was also a big learning thing. That also pushed me to kind of have a proximity to people I work with. From that point on, it was like, no, I'm not ever again going for this whole we are a family thing at a business unless we legit gonna work that way. And everybody's on that same page from jump, because otherwise people are gonna get their feelings hurt. And you get your feelings invested in certain things, and then when too much can go wrong. That's all. Too much can go wrong. Emotions can get high and heated, and it's not a good thing for anybody who come in there new or who been in there OG years. So I left, and then there was a gap. Basically, that whole summer I was looking for work and couldn't find work, and then I ended up working in the restaurant Casa Brazil. This was at the end of fall, September of 2018, right? And was worked from there till last year, 2023, the top of last year, right? Now, during this time is when I started dabbling into streaming, right? And I got into this, you might have heard this game, some game called Fortnite.
Get out of here!
All jokes aside, I had started to notice, especially from a hip-hop teaching artist standpoint, that there was this push that was happening in the multimedia space of, hey y'all, if you're an artist, if you're an athlete, if you're a personality, you should jump into this space, right? And if any of y'all listen to Gary Vee, you already know how this ended up, how this played out, right? Everybody now got a podcast or a show of some kind where they're streaming or they're doing something in that space now. And so I had seen back then, yo, this is where things is going. Let me start investing into this and just seeing. And I hated being on camera. Like, as wild and weird as that may sound to someone who performs and teaches and works in multimedia, it's just like, I didn't value me. I didn't value, how I look, anything like that at that time. And it was just such a shift that I had to go through mentally, even really, to be comfortable. And it took a long, long time. Like, right, I started dabbling in 2018 with streaming on Twitch. I mean, you can go back and see some of the video, any of the VODs that are still up on my Twitch. And it wasn't until this year, really last month, starting into this month, that I started streaming on the Pubnanigans page. And that only really happened because of the response, and thank you to y'all. The response I got for people just loving the content and being helpful in the PUBG space, right? I got the channel Pubnanigans, which is content that's just made exclusively for the PUBG community, and just my own shenanigans and antics and the fun times and memories. I just wanted to have a space for just PUBG stuff. I didn't want it to get lost in my other gaming channel, Home Arcade Classics, right? And so if I didn't really get that kind of a response, I probably wouldn't have been live streaming right away. Probably, I don't know, I might have waited like till next year, if that, to even start doing that. So 2018, that was the beginning of, the live streaming component of working from home. Now I'm about a third of the way-ish to being able to monetize my first channel. Right? Not the first channel I made, but the first channel that would be monetizable, the Pubnanigans one. So if you like PUBG content, make sure you go over there, subscribe to it, right? We can get on the road to monetizing that. If you don't like it, I got a whole bunch of other stuff we can get into and you can watch, right? So don't feel like you can't help your man out. But yeah, and then when COVID happened, that's when I got into trying to just sell things on eBay, right? And I didn't go all in at that time. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I don't think I would have valued the inventory that I've taken all my childhood and now into adulthood to amass and collect, like my old trading card collection. I feel like I could flip it and sell it now, and it's more purposeful and meaningful. And some of that stuff I collected when my dad was alive, and he helped me collect, or my uncle or my cousin, the Andersons, helped me collect. Like, there's sentimental value that's there, and sometimes you just don't want to just offload that right away. Now it's like, okay, this I'll keep for me and for my legacy and my family, and then this I can give to give back to the world in that respect, give back to the market, however you want to look at it. So yeah, long story short, chapter 1, chapter 2, and here we are, chapter 3 of working from home. I don't even know what you'd call this part of my journey now, working from home, of being, multimedia operator, teaching artist, reseller in training, and a new streamer. But yeah, for the man who likes to wear his hats and his religious hats, this is my dad's old kufi, right? Assalamu alaikum to all my peoples out there. I just wanted to make a video that kind of gave some clarity to this whole thing of working from home, because I think a lot of folks, especially to get views and clicks, make this come off as if it's a very glorious job. And there's a lot of days, where it's hell before it's ever heaven in any kind of way. Seriously. And I think you should know that if you want to get into this. The same way why I made that reseller video, and I'm glad whoever commented on it commented in the way that they did, whether it was tough love or not. It was honest and it was authentic, and it was from other resellers who was like, nah, if you're going to get into this, this is what it is, right? For me, in terms of how I learned, you need that, yo. if you want to work from home, then be prepared for your limbs to start going at some point, right? If you just starting out, or you in a trash economy, or you just got to do what you got to do. I got carpal tunnel from working in the restaurant and being on the computer all the time, right? I got this bum leg now from when my lady was in the hospital with 39 fibroids and had to get them removed, and I still got to teach on top of the hill. So I'm walking and taking the bus from here to there to back to here to the, and you just got to do what you got to do. You want an unconventional job, you want a job that's not like any other, then you got to do like not any other. And it just kind of is what it is. It's a humbling experience, and I think what's awesome about this is that you work for you. You work for your own. You work for your family. You work for your dreams. You work for your passion. For some of y'all, you work for your Lord. Like, man, how rewarding is that? To just work. My pops used to say, God bless the child who got his own, after that song, right? Like, to have your own, yo, and fight for it, and work for it, and wake up, and make your coffee or your tea or whatever you make in the morning, and you get at it. There's something to be said for that. And there are days where I wish, my pops could talk to me like how I'm talking to y'all now, right? There's days I wish I could go just get up and just hug my mom, right? Part of my goal is to be able to be in a position where I'm making money, where I can go see my mom at will. It took 2 years, dog, to be able to see my mom. I hadn't seen her since 2022. It's 2024, going on 2025, right? Just not having enough money to be able to go get a Greyhound ticket and not have to worry about the bills and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, or you're gonna get evicted, have an eviction letter again when you come back. Like, no. I hope this gives y'all some inspiration, to go after yours, to go after your dreams. There's gonna be a lot of people who don't believe in you. Family, friends, co-workers. There's a lot of folks who know you that are not going to support you in the way that you want them to, or at all. And a lot of it has to do with you're in close proximity. If this was you, because they can do this, they like, I know you. Even though they don't know how this works, they don't know how this functions, they don't know how you work, they don't know how you function. Unless they there with you 24/7, they don't know, right? I've gotten way more support and love from strangers and from folks that have known me in a basically my cats from back home that I know, that I went to school with, that have moved wherever they've moved to, right? And we see each other when we see each other. You get more love from folks like that, or folks who don't know you, right? And that's also been a humbling thing, and just something to it's just been humbling. I'm real grateful for them. I'm real grateful for my guy DM Holla, Devon. Real grateful for my homegirl Caprice. Real grateful for my Muslim brothers back home, and the sisters that were students of my pops, right? Like I'm just folks like that. And that was good, being to go back home and be able to pray in my old mosque. Real good to go back home and just hold and hug my mom and see her for damn near almost a month. It was 3 weeks. But it's times and it's people like that remind you of what you're fighting for. Why are you fighting? Why are you struggling? Why are you hustling in the way that you are? And so I want to encourage y'all to remember that. Not just remember your own passion and your own flame and fire of why you get into this, why you got into this, trying to work from home and make something. Obviously, you don't want to do no traditional job, right? And they don't even talk about careers anymore. Like what it is to have a profession and be professional at something. Like it seems that's become so subjective and there's no standard to it, that it's also led to folks just not wanting to work and not wanting to have a job. And it's just like, nah, a profession and you being damn good at it, there's something to be said for that. So like if you got a profession that you like, or you're going after one, keep at it. Don't let go of that. Don't let go of that. We in a world that can't make up its mind all the time. It's fickle as heck, and it keep on changing. No, there's something that you want, something that you love, something that you like, within reason. Go after it. Go after it. I don't want my words to be taken out of context, is why I said it that way, right? But like, if there's a job and it's a career that you want to do, a profession, man, do what you got to do to get to that profession. Especially if it's going to be putting food on your family's table. If it's going to be changing the life of not just you, but yours, of your community. Go after it. Do well with it. Do exceptionally well with it. Make them remember you. Become legendary. You can't take any of this with you when you die. And a lot of this passion, a lot of this coming from, at the top of this year, I didn't want to be here. Some of y'all know what I mean when I'm saying that. I didn't want to be here. I was trying to do that podcast too, the self-checkout line, right? And as someone who worked in the grocery store, who used to work at the self-checkout joint when they was just rolling them things out, them kiosks out, and it was brand new to everybody, right? And I thought I was clever in terms of how I was wording it to basically say, I'm that guy at the self-checkout desk that's gonna, for anybody who comes to this line, hey, don't go. At the same time, I want to walk out the door with you if you in that line, right? And for any of y'all who've seen the movie It's a Wonderful Life, Allah, he sent me an odd body, right? And I talked about it in my album, Radio Reactive Mind. Allah sent me an odd body, had to even out after nights of the blue devil to get in your bone. I've been going on feeling like I'm a pop shotty, but heaven open if I ask, beam me up, Scotty. But saying like I was sent an angel, a light, a sign. And April 30th, I had a hard time breathing. I had to go over to the ER over here, right? And then the next week, I ended up having to go back, still having complications, and found out my behind got COPD. Right? From just me smoking and drinking. And it was on that day, that week, I stopped drinking and smoking. I've been clean since then. And we done lost a lot of people from that time, from the time of May up until now, man. There's only 5 months that done gone by. It's the amount of people that we've lost. And some have passed on because of just what we have done personally in our lives that we either not happy with or just succumb to things. And I don't know how much time I have. I know that my condition is not the same or as bad as others are. But there ain't no guarantee with none of this. And again, you can't take none of this with you when you go. What I hope in saying that is that you know and that you see some example that's saying to just get out there, be great, do the best that you can. Whatever you fail at today, you got tomorrow, Lord willing, inshallah, right? But if you gave it your honest go, you gave it your honest go. And that's what counts too. So I do hope, let me end it there, because if you ain't know by now, I can get passionate and just keep on talking. And I want there to be a point to what's being said, but I had to give y'all some context. And I wanted to make this video, and this type of video, because I don't like sometimes what I see in the YouTube space and other spaces, but like this is where I'm at. I'm here on YouTube, right? If you ain't know, I'm here now. And I don't always like the tone and kind of the false narrative of what it is to work for your own and work from home, and that it's not hard work or you can do it lazy or this thing called passive income. Ain't nothing been passive about the income since we've been poor, dog. Like you either out there making it or you not. So I just want there to be some reality, however much reality we can give to this world of falsehoods and lies that just keep being pushed and peddled to folks, man. We got to combat that with as much truth and reality and just authentication as much as possible, right? We got to be like our phones with that two-factor authentication, 2FA, right? It's too much fake stuff. So we need 2FA out there, right? But on that note, I do hope y'all get what I'm saying and you got the intention in which it's being delivered with. I appreciate y'all time. Leave a comment down below of what you think of this here. And just your own experience with working from home if you work from home. If you don't work from home, let me know what it is that you're trying to do. Let's see if we can, I don't know, help you out. I don't know who the we is. I'm still trying to build this community, but at least we can start with building here. This can be one of the first building blocks, feel me? If you want to help this channel grow some more and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed this, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Really appreciate y'all. God bless. Stay hydrated, drink some water. I know that's horrible with me drinking coffee, but I'm gonna drink some water after this. It's your man SoulMan IT. I love y'all. Be easy, stay safe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.